Welcome back to Rebuilding America, the Path to 2026. Today in episode 5, we're digging into the numbers, the real economic stats behind Trump's first-term boom, what the new One Big Beautiful Bill means for your wallet, and why Washington state risks being left behind if we keep ignoring what works. In 1981, President Ronald Reagan came into office with one big idea: cut taxes, shrink government, and let free enterprise thrive. That idea became Reaganomics, and whether you liked it or not, it defined a generation. Reagan's approach slashed the top income tax rate from 70% to 28%. Unemployment fell, inflation cooled off, and the stock market exploded. But it wasn't perfect. Federal debt soared, and income inequality widened. Seattle once powered America's military might. Boeing. Shipyards. Wartime jobs built the middle class. But after the Cold War, priorities shifted. Politicians slashed defense budgets. Reagan's base moved defense south for cheaper labor. Clinton opened up trade, and jobs moved offshore. Washington lost contracts. Boeing cut workers. Entire communities were hollowed out. Tech surged in to fill the gap. Microsoft expanded. Amazon exploded. But these weren't factory jobs. They needed coders, not machinists. Today, Seattle's average home price is over $850,000. Gas is 30% above the national average. Wages in trades? Stagnant. The divide between tech elites and working families has never been wider. Seattle didn't just evolve, it was re-erected by decades of political choices. And now, working people are paying the price. Between 1981 and 2017, America saw major economic transformations. Reagan's tax cuts fueled growth but also increased deficits. The 1990s tech boom brought prosperity but widened inequality. The 2008 financial crisis devastated industries, leading to slow recovery under Obama. Under Bill Clinton, Washington state saw strong job growth. Unemployment dropped from 8.3% in 1993 to 5.1% in 2000. 475,600 new jobs were created in Washington during his presidency. Poverty fell from 12.1% in 1993 to 9.2% in 1999. Clinton's policies focused on fiscal discipline, deficit reduction, and opening foreign markets. But it also led to outsourcing and job losses in manufacturing. Under George W. Bush, Washington faced economic challenges. The 2001 recession slowed job growth, with unemployment rising to 7.6% in 2003. The housing bubble led to skyrocketing home prices. The Great Recession hit hard, causing mass layoffs and economic contraction. Gas prices surged, averaging $3.50 $4.00 per gallon during his presidency. Bush's tax cuts helped some businesses, but Washington's economy struggled due to the financial crisis and rising costs. Under Barack Obama, Washington saw a slow recovery. Unemployment peaked at 9.6% in 2010, before slowly recovering. Gas prices remained high, averaging $3.50 $4.00 per gallon. Housing costs skyrocketed, making affordability a growing crisis. Stimulus programs helped stabilize the economy, but Washington's recovery was slow due to high state taxes and excessive regulations. Obama's stimulus package helped prevent a deeper recession, but Washington's blue leadership made recovery harder by increasing taxes and regulations. Fast forward to 2017, President Donald J. Trump revives the playbook. He signed the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, a sweeping tax reform that lowered rates for individuals and businesses, nearly doubled the standard deduction, and aimed to ignite growth across the board. The result? Real GDP growth over 3% in 2018. Unemployment hit a 50-year low. Wage growth accelerated, especially among blue-collar and lower-income workers. Small businesses thrived, investment surged, and optimism soared. Even in Washington state, we saw the results. Despite resistance from Olympia, private sector job growth outpaced projections. And let's be real, gas was under $2.50 a gallon in most places. Grocery bills were manageable. families could breathe again. Everyday essentials were affordable. That wasn't just luck. That was policy working. From 2017 to 2020, gas prices in Washington state were mostly below $3 per gallon, but occasionally exceeded it, especially in 2018 and 2019. The highest recorded gas price during Trump's first term was $3.51 per gallon in May 2019. Then came 2021, a new administration, a new approach. President Joe Biden entered office with a different philosophy: higher taxes, increased regulation, and a focus on climate policy over energy independence. The results? Inflation surged to a 40-year high in 2022. Gas prices skyrocketed, peaking at $5.55 per gallon in Washington state in June 2022. Interest rates climbed, making housing even more unaffordable. Small businesses struggled under rising costs and compliance burdens. Now, in 2025, President Donald Trump is back with a bold agenda. The House passed the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, a comprehensive package that builds upon the 2017 reforms. It aims to make tax cuts permanent, expand relief for families and businesses, and restore energy independence. This isn't just another reform. This one is structured to last, designed to be harder to repeal, built to bring stability and confidence back to America's economy. Even though Trump's policies benefited Washington state, the state's blue leadership continues to make it difficult for those policies to fully take effect. Under Trump's administration, Washington saw undeniable economic relief compared to Obama's presidency. Private sector job growth accelerated, Washington's unemployment rate dropped from 5.1% in 2016 to 4.3% in 2019. Gas prices remained manageable, mostly under $3 per gallon, compared to the $3.50 plus highs seen under Obama. Wages grew faster. Median household income in Washington rose from $67,100 in 2016 to $78,687 in 2019, a 17% increase. Small businesses thrived, business optimism surged, with new business applications increasing by 12% between 2017 and 2019. Despite these gains, Washington's leadership keeps pushing high taxes, excessive regulations, and policies that slowed economic momentum. Economic relief happened despite state resistance, not because of state cooperation. Washington has proven that conservative economic policies work, but the blue leadership remains an obstacle. The only way to unlock Washington's full potential is to flip the state red, so that economic freedom, lower taxes, and pro-growth policies can finally take hold without resistance.